Hi, and welcome back to my channel for another pick a card reading. We have the piles here, pile 1 on the left, 2 in the middle and 3 on the right. The timestamps for the reading will be in the description box below along with the cards that I'm using. So yeah, you can go straight to your reading. I hope you enjoy. If you want a personal reading with me, you can reach me on my Facebook page, and there's also a link in the description box below. Bye. Hi, and welcome to your reading if you chose group number 1. And I will jump straight in with the masculine's headspace, and there's some oracle cards at the end. So we have two major arcanas, the Tower and the Chariot. And I can see through this whole reading that there has been, like the theme of last week, there was conflict in all three readings. In different ways. So there's been a little bit of turbulent energy lately, and that's here in the masculine's headspace is something that within the connection or within the masculine's life that has perhaps abruptly ended, or there's been some sort of chaos or turmoil. And I feel like that has settled now, or is settling, or will be this week, as this is a weekly. And there's more focus on moving forward with confidence and being more balanced, having a more balanced approach and learning from this. There's a desire for growth from this. I do feel that some people may already be feeling that growth and that motivation and movement forward in the mind space. So that, this is a lot of anxiety and worrying thoughts and fears and stuff like that just hasn't been serving the masculine and really bringing him down. Trying to gain a bit of control over those thoughts and really just not be his own worst enemy in the mind sometimes, I feel. In the heart space, there's more talk of healing and cooperation. We've got the Four of Swords and Three of Pentacles. So the masculine could be taking the time he needs to process and heal. And but there's this desire. I feel that the heaviness, the whatever's fire has recently come through this connection. We can see cooperation and new growth coming. New sprouts, as always, when there's a fire, it's for regeneration. It always serves, and I feel this has served. Whatever it is that's come up for this connection is totally served, and there's this desire and connectedness in the heart space, this desire to move through this together better and stronger. The way the masculine is viewing the feminine, we have the Ace of Cups and the Emperor, so he feels so much love coming from the feminine. I do feel this is in the imagery, but also feels very protective of her and protective of this love, this new love, I felt like saying, so that may apply to some. But yeah, he really truly wants to protect the feminine and be there for her and support her in quite a just a very nurturing, providing, almost fatherly type role. And with the Ace of Cups, I do definitely feel that this is very much for feminine sending this love. We can also see the wisp come through and behind and wraps around behind the masculine here. And so I do get as well the message from this is sometimes the masculine isn't, like the feminine is sending love and is very connected, but the masculine is either in doubt and that could be the Tower in the headspace, some of these doubts about the connection, or if it's real, or if it's tangible, or whatever. So sometimes the masculine can be sort of like looking off into the worries and missing that there's so much love right here available. Very Four of Cups energy, right? Anyway, the desire moving forward in the connection, we first got Five of Cups, 10 of Wands, so it's been heavy at this time for the masculine especially, and he wants to put that heaviness down. He's really sick of the emotional pulls that this connection can have sometimes, or triggers upon him. He wants more strength upon those triggers. And then I because this was so heavy, I just wanted to see what the masculine's desire moving forward is further, obviously, and it makes sense. We would see the Lovers, because he wants to connect. He wants to put this down and truly trust and fall into this connection. He wants to embrace this connection and just let go of the burdensome thoughts and feelings and emotions that just drag him down. And most likely action moving forward, regardless of how he feels, he still wants to and will show up with all of this love and nurturing care and love for this feminine. Like, look, we had the, I didn't even notice, we had the Emperor just before, and I did say he wants to nurture and care for her, and in quite a, that parenting type way, but not quite, like, I don't know, just very nurturing, supported, held by the masculine. And there's also this desire for a family, for some to have a baby, or to have this new journey together in life, some sort of new growth. The message is very much here about coming through something a bit tricky, and beautiful energy for this week. So that's really good news. I'll go straight over to the oracles for the masculine. We've got Rebuild and Message in a Bottle. So gorgeous, gorgeous cards. Speaks for itself to rebuild this connection, to keep working on it. Very much Three of Pentacles energy to cooperate and come together and work this out so that everybody feels heard and everyone's needs are met. Really good, really nice. And Message in a Bottle. This is just a message in a bottle to tell you that good news is on the way in regards to your relationship. And now I'll go over to the feminine side. So starting with the feminine's headspace. Beautiful. Page of Swords and the Hierophant. So there is so much the feminine is learning about herself and about love, and this connection really opens her up to these parts of herself that she has perhaps either locked away or it's something has been reignited within the feminine, and she's learning and expanding more on this connection, or what this connection, the effects this connection has is expanding her consciousness or her awareness or something. So you'll know what that is. There is a lot of new growth and learning and embodiment of higher wisdom in these cards. There is so much mental stimulation in these cards. And also looking at this connection, like really focusing on how can I make this work, not in a way that's stressed, like how can I make it work, it's more like just dedicated and truly driven to make this connection succeed, because it's worth it. In the heart space, we have the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful, right? The feminine feels that this is just her wish fulfillment. It's the happy ever after. It's the family she always wanted. It's a huge thing. It's not something frivolous or small. This is a big thing, and if it's at the beginning, it's got so much potential to build into something quite huge. Just a matter of showing up, and this is truly what the feminine wants. She sees, you can sort of project down the timeline and see so much greatness. It's a beautiful potentials here within the connection, and the feminine feels that so deeply. Viewing the masculine, Seven of Pentacles and the King of Cups. And what I just got here was the masculine's just truly being very attentive to the feminine's emotions and why she feels how she feels. Just like really exploring her emotional body and what makes her tick and what makes her work in that way. Really being very open about feelings, and I feel, there's been some opening up about some of the fears that have come up as well. And, there's just so much here about cooperation. The feminine feels that the masculine is truly invested in this connection and is here with his cup of love and is supportive in all ways that he possibly can be. He's really, there's just these, I feel like I'm reading for two people that just really want to make this work and love each other dearly. So, the desire moving forward for the feminine, the Hermit and the Page of Pentacles. Meditation, just sitting with, learning, allowing, manifesting, creating, getting in the flow, feeling earth magic, feeling connected, feeling excited. And there's 3 pages here. 3 pages. That's a lot of youthful, invigorating energy. I do feel that I just feel the pivotal moment in this connection. And there's a lot of processing that comes with that. And there's, there's just new growth to be witnessed. In the most likely action from the feminine, 2 major arcana, the Justice card and the Sun card. So speaking her truth, getting clear on her truth, sharing her truth, showing up in this connection in a beautiful, fair, balanced way, and shining light and new life, new vitality into this beautiful connection. There's a lot of uplifting energy coming in. So the feminine's oracle cards, we have Heal and Treasure Island. So Heal obviously is about healing this connection, coming together, and exactly like the masculines, rebuild and heal. So that's 2 people coming together to make it work, like I said. And then Treasure Island, very much the same as the Message in a Bottle. Like, even look at the imagery. Treasure Island, this is twin flame staff or something, like totally mirroring here. I just love that. So yes, Message in a Bottle and Treasure Island. But what was it? Both of them are the same thing. Treasure Island, this is, the new good news coming in, and this is the same thing, that your connection, this relationship, offers you even more than you need, and it's there and it's available to you, and to enjoy it. So yeah, really nice cards there. Oh, and some outcome cards too. I'll just quickly cruise through them like you need them. We have a beautiful Page of Wands. That was that 3rd page. So new excitement and enthusiasm coming into the connection, more play and fun and connectedness, working together. 8 of Pentacles, really mastering and teamwork here, mastering that which needs to be mastered within the connection, coming together and working it out for a prosperous new beginning. Ace of Pentacles, really new growth, totally new growth coming in. So I'll leave it there. That's really good news. I love it. It's a good follow-up after last week being a little bit tense, but everything serves. So there it is. And I'll connect with you next week. Hope you enjoyed. Bye. Hey, and welcome to your reading if you chose group number 2. And here it is. I'll start with the masculine's headspace and have some oracles at the end. We have the 4 of Swords and the Chariot. So I guess a continuation of last week. There was some conflict in some of the readings. So if you were here last week, maybe you chose and resonated with one of those. And this is really talking about healing from that and trying to communicate, I feel, about what's happening, and trying to get on the same page about how to move forward. There's a lot of rebuilding and applying a bit of effort to make this work, but there's also this need for rest as well, and to take time and to not push it. I do feel like this is a process ongoing, the healing and the coming together here. This is, I do feel, in separation at this time, perhaps. It may not be physically, it may be, but I do feel like a period of silence or disconnect is here at this time. But this is a weekly, so as the week unfolds, I do see some more connection and cooperation are coming together and sort of working things out, communicating. So in the heart space, we have the Ten of Swords, the Wheel and the Ten of Swords. There's a way of relating, something in the connection that, whatever it is that's caused some sort of conflict has to finish, has to end. That cycle can't continue and won't continue. There's, in both heart spaces, there's this moving on energy from something that doesn't serve, or something that doesn't fit or isn't required or necessary within the connection. You both know what that is, and so it's something that needs to be worked on together, and there is definitely some movement forward. At this time, though, the masculine, I do feel, is a little bit sort of giving the feminine space, perhaps, and waiting for her to go through her own process. In the way the masculine's viewing the feminine, we have 7 of Pentacles and 5 of Pentacles. So she's invested, but feeling a little bit stung by where the connection is at right now. Like, she feels like all of the efforts and energy she put into this connection just isn't or hasn't given her what she thought it would. It's just not, it didn't turn out how she thought it would up until this point. And so yeah, there's this deep sadness and feeling like the connection isn't going to move forward at this point. It's still in the process of working it out whether this can move forward or not, whether teamwork will be applied or not. The masculine's desire for this connection is the Hierophant and the Two of Cups. So he wants to make this work. He truly loves the feminine and wants to rise above whatever this is and truly learn from it. This is a card of higher education here, the Hierophant, and it's also a marriage card too. So it's wanting to work it out as a team and really hear each other and support each other with that Two of Cups there. This beautiful healing and supportive energy in beautiful balance too. We've also got the Chariot in the masculine's headspace. So he really wants to pull things back into balance and have things, if everyone feeling like their needs are met and things to be fair and equal and harmonious moving forward. The masculine's most likely action at this point, 3 of Wands in the Hanged Man, so non-action, meditation and waiting, just allowing this situation to unfold, to evolve, to allow the feminine to come forward with her message when she's ready perhaps, and just sit with this totally. There may be a little anxiety and is this going to work? They've got the Ten of Swords in the heart space, so I do feel some fear about this not working coming from the masculine. In the Oracle cards though, we have just breathe. So, just breathe. And no place like home. And that does talk about reunion and coming back together with those that are closest with us and feeling that connectedness again. So there is, just relax. Everything will work out as it should. I feel the message there for the masculine. Feminine's headspace. We have the Wounded Warrior energy with the Nine of Wands and the Temperance card. Also wanting to find balance, but taking time out. I see there's so much mirroring energy through this whole reading. So this could be twin flames being triggered and, that's how it goes. Nine of Wands, look at this. 9 of Wands, 4 of Swords. So it's that wounded, I'm sort of withdrawing, looking after me, sort of in the background trying to get balance with Temperance and the Chariot, right? Both of you. I love that mirror. It's also in the heart space too. But anyway. Trying to just hold space for self and allow yourself to process. The feminine is allowing self to process. And truly ask herself and figure out if this is if she can continue, if it's right, if it serves, if it feels good. She just needs some time for that. In the heart space we have the Nine of Cups and the Eight of Cups. So yeah, a little bit of teetering. This is truly a wish fulfillment, this connection, but wanting to leave behind any of the whatever it was that come up, like that thing that needs to not continue with the Wheel and the Ten of Swords, something that needs to finish. A cycle, a way of being, something like that. I do feel there's new growth that comes after that cycle for this connection. I do strongly feel and see that. But at this point, it's just processing what doesn't serve in the connection and how to move forward in ways that are going to be healthy and harmonious with each other. The feminine's perhaps just sitting with if that's possible. Viewing the masculine as the Magician and the Eight of Pentacles, more mirroring energy with that, viewing each other. See the energy work, the Reiki, the 5D energy work, whatever you want to call it, pranic healing, just sending love, however you call it. There's this, the feminine sees and feels the masculine's efforts in the 5D. So if he is sending out, trying to work on the connection energetically, it's received and felt. And that the masculine is there wanting to make this work. The feminine does too, because we have the Sun and 4 of Wands in the desire moving forward. So truly wanting to I feel like a big conversation perhaps needs to be had, or a couple of them, to clear the air and to shed some light on some of these issues and why it's made each other feel how it's made each other feel. So many things you guys need to talk about and work out, I feel here. But the feminine wants to do that. She wants to shed light on this, and she wants to reconnect and come back into joy, come back into connection and supportiveness. So with the Four of Wands, I do feel always a supportive energy. Using resources, whatever they may be. So, sharing each other's life experiences to help each other through this as you communicate. In the most likely action forward from the feminine, Ace of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So a loving message to reach out to the masculine. I do feel the feminine will reach out here. And he's waiting for that, right? With this waiting energy, sort of sitting with it and pondering. The feminine is coming forward with the loving message to reach out and to give this a go, I do feel, in her own timing. The feminine's oracle cards, we have awaiting results and building blocks. They kind of talk for themselves as well. So awaiting results in your own processing, I feel, like sort of just giving yourself the time this week to sit in your heart space with what serves within this connection, and really figuring out what you need to talk about together when you do come together. And then also, as you apply that throughout the week, as you do, if you do come together within this week, which I do see here, allowing, giving it a go. And that's not going to mean it's an instant fix. It's literally the building of that, and then allowing those results to come forward. So it's giving it a go and trusting that it's going to work. And also in the outcome cards, we have the beautiful Three of Cups. So, reunion, coming back together. And then we got the King and Queen of Pentacles looking at each other. Look at this new growth, right? Earthly King and Queen. So, yeah, I do see a reunion or a coming back together for this couple after a period of what looks like separation or hardship or something like that. So I'm going to leave it there and sending lots of love to this group. I hope that resonated with you, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hey, and welcome to your reading. If you chose group number 3, I'm going to jump straight into the masculine's headspace, and there'll be some oracles at the end. So in the headspace, I feel like there's quite a situation unfolding within this reading. Actually, it's been a journey pulling the cards. There's a lot of cards that actually came out, and at some points it got really exhausting and tiring as well. I was like, whew. So yeah, it's quite a sitch. So we have in the headspace the Ace of Cups, Six of Cups, and the Empress. So the masculine, I feel this could be a connection that has children together. We have the motherly Empress and children type card here, and unconditional love for that family space, and unconditional love for the feminine, being that she is the mother, if that resonates for some, but also just knowing that the feminine is a powerful being and does have so much love for her. And there's so much history between this couple, even if it is past life history. There's some serious ties and tethers between the two. So in the heart space, we have the Eight of Cups, Nine of Wands, Four of Cups. So the masculine is, this connection is at a breakdown, is breaking down. And the masculine is at a place where he feels he has no option but to walk away, and is feeling really, he doesn't have any faith left in the connection, for it to go any further. He's really lost, I feel quite the blow sort of energy, like no. Like it's just something happened for the last time or something like that. It was like a last straw sort of thing. Like this is accumulative for the masculine, and it's gotten to this point where it's felt like of no return. This is how he feels in his heart space anyway. Whether or not that's true and it is no return remains to be seen, because I do doubt that for some. But in his heart space, truly feeling like, and I just feel that anyways. So, viewing the feminine, I was going to get one more. Just noticed when I picked up the deck, the Tower was on the bottom. What was that? viewing the feminine as Three of Swords, Eight of Swords, Queen of Swords. That's the extra one I just grabbed. Aquarius energy. We also have Taurus here, and Gemini, and Cancer, and Sagittarius. Taurus, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces here quite strongly. A lot of water and air. But anyway, we have the masculine viewing the feminine in heartache, in perhaps in self-defense mode, perhaps speaking quite sharply, coming from a place of pain, feeling just trapped. The feminine is struggling with some very sharp and harsh feelings at this time, and the masculine is aware of that, keenly aware of that. And I don't feel so much compassion coming in at this time from the masculine. I feel the feminine is facing this alone, or is sitting with this alone. It's very, like, this whole reading is very choppy and mixed messages, sort of interesting. But we'll just see how we go, and like it's yeah. Desire moving forward for the masculine. We've got the Hanged Man, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. So the masculine at this time wants to take a step back to to gather his truth, to then speak his truth about which way he wants to head forward at this time. And I'm just hearing crunch time, so it's crunch time for some, and time to time to truly get right on the direction, or get oh man, this reading is so then I guess that's how the masculine is feeling then. So I'm just like, I don't think I've ever felt so frozen. And that's that Hanged Man energy, where it is in suspense, and it is sort of like hanging there and seeking inner guidance on which way to go, and trying to shift perception and look at this from all angles. And like, Ace of Swords is very analytical and wanting to gather the truth on the matter. And the masculine here is looking at the truth of the matter, is that this is heavy, and I don't want this anymore. And so the likely action moving forward at this time, we have the Moon, the Moon, the Seven of Swords, and the Three of Wands. So the masculine at this time, non-action still with the Three of Wands, sort of waiting to see how things play out within this connection, not taking, like, wanting to take action, processing what that action will look like, but not taking it as yet. But what the process is of the action and what that might look like is a strategy to move away, or a strategy to sneak off in the night, sort of, as you see here. And we've got a lot of fears coming up about that, and we've also got a lot of secrecy and things hidden, and a lot more to be revealed within this situation. There's something sneaky and hidden about the exit here. It's quiet and just out the back door or something. I'll jump over to the masculine's oracle cards. We have Between Two Worlds, so very much living in a situation which I do feel within this connection, and there may be a new connection for the masculine here. That may not be for everybody, but it's a new world either way, whether that's a new relationship or a new life, as in moving out of one connection and into whatever's next. But this is Between Two Worlds, and we've got lead. So the masculine is being encouraged by his own guides, by his own self, to to take that step into what he wants for his life and leave behind what has been heavy for him, what has been the Ten of Wands for him. And that's what's right. That's what's right for him. So jumping over to the feminine's headspace now, we have the Two of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. So thinking about the practicalities of life and where it's headed at this time, juggling a bit of a decision perhaps of, I should really put this one in the middle here because that's the decision. The decision is to continue to invest in this connection with the Three of Pentacles, and cooperate and come together and compromise and work this out, or to surrender into the Nine of Pentacles, which would be singledom or separation. And it's not a card of separation, but we've got cooperation on one hand and we've got a self-sufficient single person on the other. So choosing to embrace this journey, or hold on and continue to try and work. And so the feminine sort of, and also I feel if that doesn't apply, and may not to some, it could also be the fact that the feminine does really, especially if children are involved with that Six of Cups and the Empress, how can we navigate the changes moving forward as single people and still cooperate for our children or child? And you look, it's like sort of thinking about the practicalities of life and what that might look like. Yeah, it's quite multi-layered. Like I said, this reading feels so entwined with detail, and everyone's will be slightly different. So I'm like led to read one layer and then another and then another. It's very, like I couldn't get it right. Like as I was pulling the cards, I was like, I almost wanted to pack them all up and just put out a whole new reading. Like I nearly gave up on it. I'm not going to. So in the heart space, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Six of Pentacles. So the feminine is feeling a magnetic pull towards the masculine here, and wanting to make things work or wanting to be amicable. There's a sudden desire for, I don't know if it's sudden, but there's a desire for, that may be there for some, a re-spark or something, to cooperate and to come together and to support each other. And in the feminine's heart space, there's just this, I feel like a longing to connect and make it work. I just have a further look at the Knight of Cups here. Ten of Cups. Yeah, so the feminine is truly leaning towards wanting to make this connection the devil, okay, wanting to make this connection work, because there's this longing and attachment, perhaps sexual attachment or something like that, a comfort zone, and the masculine could have moved on with another partner, and that could be also feeling like a sense of loss and wanting to recuperate that or something like that. That may apply to some. You will know if you would be aware. It wouldn't be news if that bit applies. So in the way the feminine's viewing the masculine, we've got Lovers, the World, and the Chariot. So that could be speaking to, as I just said, if there's a new lover and sort of closing out this cycle and moving on with a new lover, the feminine could be viewing the masculine like that. But there's also the layer where it could be that there's still this intimacy between this connection, and that even regardless that the cycle is ending, and there does appear to be some sort of ending here or walking away, and movement forward, there's still such a deep, energetic, spiritual, sensual connection between these two. It's just undeniable as well. So I just keep feeling to get more and more cards here, because it's so, what was that? The Three of Cups. So yeah, the feminine truly does love the masculine. The masculine truly loves the feminine, but for some reason it's at this point where things are seem to be not working at this time. We'll just see. Let's just let it unfold. It's a tricky one. I like that. Every now and then one of the readings is just really hard and I'm like, what is going on? And I appreciate it because usually someone will share with me in great detail what's going on and I'm like, wow. So in the desire for the connection from the feminine, desire moving forward, we've got Magician, 5 of Cups and 7 of Wands. So really feeling wanting to, like, we've got sadness and depression and like darker, heavier energies, lower vibrational energies and feelings, and just wallowing and going. I've lost my words. Sweeping down into this hole, I shall say. And then, sorry, with the Magician, we've got, so it's kind of like the feminine's wanting to not lose her power in this situation is what I'm feeling here, is wanting to not send too much sadness and heaviness and like obviously honoring her responses and how she feels, but not wanting to stay in that energy, but wanting to remain powerful, so to navigate this as clearly and as powerfully and effectively as possible, to create the best outcome. So the feminine is sort of grappling a little bit with that, those really heavy emotions that come from this experience, and also wanting to stay powerful to achieve and navigate, and sort of carving a new way forward with the 7 of Wands. It is defensive energy, but it's also very powerful and lifting yourself up out of something. So we're activated here at the solar plexus. That is a power center, making decisions from a strong place, wanting to come from a strong place rather than being triggered or being an effect. Most likely action at this point from the feminine. We have the 6 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Temperance card. So more talk of what I just spoke of, wanting to foster some new growth within this connection. May that be just amicable, sort of working out however the next step is. There is some sort of next step. Not every connection here will be closing out completely. I just feel this is so multi-layered. So I won't be surprised if no one resonates. I just don't know. So yeah, we're sort of sitting with the cycles of how this is unfolding. The feminine's trying her best to stay in balance and stay in her power, to allow, and this is most likely action, will be staying balanced and in her power to nurture any new growth that helps her move forward and helps her stand in her power as she moves through this. Very interesting. So in the oracle cards for the feminine, we got 3. Yes, we got 3 for the feminine. So to be fair, and that is talking about fairness within connection and that lack of balance and lack of fairness. So feeling when things are out of balance and wanting to make sure that you're not giving too much of yourself. And there's more talk of that here in Seek the Truth, which is about the exact same thing, actually. I did go to the book for this, Seek the Truth. Be wary of one-sided relationships in which the other person is not participating fully or is avoiding obligations and responsibility. Now is the ideal opportunity to get to the bottom of this behavior, and certainly at all times be sure that your role in relationships is above board and based in honesty. So, and then the other card to go with Seeking the Truth was confront. So truly confront this situation that is unfair. To be fair. And in the outcome, I did really love the outcome card, so I was going to grab another one there too. 10 of Swords was the bottom of the deck just then, which is endings. See if it comes out. Okay, the Devil. So these are the 3 the devil that came out. But these are the three before. We had the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. So, like I said, the undeniable spiritual connection. This is definitely soulmate energy here. Past lives, such deep binds and bonds that connect you both. Such a magnetic connection. No matter how much it seems like this is just splitting and going away, for some it will come back together. It's just going to take a lot of work. For many, I do feel that this connection is just so far from over, but at this point, it needs to take a break. It needs to step back, and things need to be confronted and shifted and changed. Goodness me, I really need to hear about what this is about. But yeah, King of Cups and Queen of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles in the middle, that is talking about coming together and making it work. Whether that's making it work for the children, if that applies, or making it work as a couple and coming together. I do feel here as well in the imagery that the feminine is more in a place of feeling the emotions fall on her and being affected by them, whereas the masculine is, I feel, more maybe in, I don't know if it's denial or closed off from them a little bit, but just in a more, or could be more balanced, just less responsive to the higher energy of this situation. Anyway, the feminine, I feel, is feeling it more at this time. I'm going to leave it there. I hope that resonated. That was the outcome card. So you have that devil card too. So this is far from over. There's a lot more to be played out here because it is such a profound connection. And there is so many details and so many chords and reasons to be connected still. But there is growth. There is dishonesty on the masculine's and on the masculine side. He is not being honest here, and the feminine does need to confront that. And I do feel that it's possible. I do feel that this is a high level people involved here, and that some sort of compromise can be reached, or communication can clear this up or something. So anyway, I'll leave it there, and I hope that resonated, and I'll see you next week. Bye.